Mortgage coaches. My name is Brian Mary. I am one of the national trainers here at Mortgage Coach. Looking forward to working with you in today's Q&A session. And as always, the Thursday Q&A session is about you folks. Any type of questions that you might have come up with during the week in working with Mortgage Coach, any pieces of information that you would like to get more details on and how to use the tools that you have access to through your Mortgage Coach membership, now's the time to go ahead and ask those questions. And I encourage you folks, if something comes up during the week, jot that down and then bring it to the Thursday Q&A session. And we can go ahead and start off the session with any type of questions that you may have. Now, I realize that some of you may or may not have any questions right here at the top of the hour here, but hopefully throughout the course of the session that we're going to be working on, you'll come up with some questions that are important for you to get clarification on, and we can go ahead and address those for you. So what I thought I'd do is to give you a few moments to go ahead and think about anything that might have come up with Mortgage Coach that you'd like to, or RateWatch that you'd like to get a little bit more information on. And while you folks are thinking about that, we'll go ahead and we'll start talking a little bit about the content that we have, and we send out a message on to share with you in today's Q&A session. And should probably do a little bit of housekeeping here before we get too far along into the presentation. And just want to make sure that I'm coming through loud and clear, that you could see my screen. You should see the Mortgage Coach website. Maybe a good morning from wherever part of the country that you're in. I'll pause here for a moment and make sure that I'm coming through loud and clear. So please use the question area. Maybe type in where you're from, and good morning. Good, I'm getting some feedback in there. Wow, we got people from all over the country here. We got Houston, Maryland. Mari, good to see you in the class again. Atlanta. Wow, Alaska. Sherman Oaks, Palm Springs. This is awesome. Seattle, okay. Perfect. All right, well, as I mentioned, go ahead and think about any type of questions that you may have in regards to Mortgage Coach, and we'll definitely address those. It's obvious that you know how to use the question area now. Thank you for that. And it's obvious that I'm coming through loud and clear. So let's go ahead and get into today's presentation. I thought I'd start off with a poll here. This week has probably been a little bit challenging, to say the least, as far as what's happening with the mortgage-backed security market and interest rates. I would have to say, you folks are in the trenches and living it moment by moment, day by day. So what I'd like to do is get a little bit of feedback here. I'm going to go ahead and launch a poll here. And first off, I'd like to find out, are you using RateWatch? Do you know that it's part of your membership and that you have access to it? So if you could go ahead and type in an answer, either yes or no. Are you currently using RateWatch? Give me a little bit of feedback on where we're at. Just go ahead and click on your answer there on the poll there. Okay, we have about 76% participation. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. Make sure that we get maybe about 90% participation, and that way we'll know where we're at. And we'll close the poll here in another 10 seconds. Yeah, Kevin, good comment there in the questionnaire. A lot of volatility right now, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So let me go ahead, and it looks like we'll go ahead and we'll close the poll right now. Let me go ahead and share the results with you. So it looks like about 80% of you are using RateWatch, which I'm very glad to hear, because RateWatch, it's included with your Mortgage Coach membership. It's a very powerful tool that you can use to demonstrate that as a mortgage professional, you're watching out for your client's interests, you're monitoring what's happening in the mortgage-backed security market, you have your finger on the pulse. It really brings a lot of credibility to you as an originator. So for those of you, and it's a small percentage that are not using it, we're gonna make sure that you understand how to use it, and also make it available on all the devices that you have access to. Let me go ahead and ask another question here in the poll. We'll do another one. So for those of you that are using it, I'm kind of curious, are you using it on your mobile device? Have you downloaded the application yet? So if we can go ahead and get you to go respond to that question, please. Have you downloaded the RateWatch application to your mobile device? And we're about 50% participation. Let's see if we can get at least another 30% up there. Keep the poll open here for another 10 seconds so that everybody gets a chance to participate. Let's get a few more in there. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll close it. Let me share the results with you here so you can take a look. So for those of you that are using RateWatch, it looks like a very high percentage of you do have it downloaded on your mobile device. And if anybody would like to share maybe an experience that they might have had with downloading or with having it downloaded on their mobile app and being able to share that with either a realtor partner or a client, I'll be happy to let you share that experience. If you want to raise your hand, I can unmute you and you can kind of share a little bit about that experience and tell us how that might have went for you. So if anybody would like to do that, I'll be happy to unmute you. All you have to do is just raise your hand in the control panel and we can go ahead and do that. So if you want to share, that's fine. If not, we'll go ahead and we'll move on to our next poll here. Now, some of you may not realize, but you can actually download it to both your mobile device and to your computer. So I want to know how many of you actually have it on your computer. And some of you should notice there's a little bit of a difference between the two. And we want to make sure that you know how to utilize both. So that's what we're going to be going through in the training session. And let's make sure that we get a good amount of participation here. That's good. We'll give it about another 10 seconds. And have you downloaded the RateWatch application to your computer? Okay, perfect. We've got 80% now. Let's share those results. So it's a little bit more mixed. It seems like a lot of you are maybe using it more so on your computer, your desktop, more than, say, the mobile device. So we want to make sure that you are going to be taking advantage of both opportunities on your desktop and on your mobile device, and we'll show you how to do that here in a moment. This will be the final poll, and this is probably one of the more important ones. Let me go ahead and put this one up, and I'm really curious about this. Let me go ahead and launch this, and you can go ahead and answer that question. So, have interest rates changed for you over the last week? And by how much have they changed? I put that last one in there. Just a little bit of fun. What the heck happened? And we'll keep it open here for another 10 seconds or so that we can get more feedback. Okay, Holly had a question in there. I'm not allowed to download anything on my work computer, which is a common situation. You know, some of you work for institutions that just won't allow you to do that. So that's why it's important for you to have it on your own personal mobile device. So we'll teach you how to do that, Holly. Good point there. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, looks like we've got, let's get a few more in there. We got about 70%. Let's get a little bit more. I'll keep it open for another 5 seconds. So go ahead and jump in there if you'd like to participate. And I'm going to go ahead and close the poll. Okay, let me share these results with everybody. And it's what I was kind of expecting, what I've been hearing. So let me go ahead and share this with you. I won't keep you suspense much longer? There we go. So this was a pretty significant week. As some of you had mentioned in the question area, a lot of volatility right now. A small percentage of you said the change was very minimal at 0.25%, but the majority of you have indicated that it's at least a half a point, if not more. And some of you are kind of going like, wow, what happened? And you can imagine that if you're doing that, what's going on with your clients as well. They kind of got that deer in the headlights look as to what's going to be happening with this market. How are rates going to be, shifting? Was this an overreaction? Is it going to, stabilize? What's going to be happening? So I want to share with you how you can help your clients with those questions that they have, and also help yourself. If you haven't, if you're not using RateWatch, I sincerely hope that you're using something to track with what's going on with the mortgage-backed security market, because you need some type of a tool as a mortgage professional to keep your sanity as to what's going on and how this is going to impact your profession with how you're going to be able to originate and how you have to switch gears and target different types of clients. So let's start off with some commentary first off. I think what I'm going to do is on our Facebook page here, the Mortgage Coach Facebook page, whenever there's a significant event like what recently occurred, our marketing department will go ahead and share this information on our Facebook page. So I would suggest, if you have a Facebook account, sign up, make sure that Mortgage Coach, you're subscribing to Mortgage Coach and you're taking advantage of the updates and the commentary that we can provide you with. But also when there is a significant shift and we do post an important piece of information, you could share that with your clients and your realtor partners and give them a little bit of, I guess you could say, some sanity as to what potentially is going on and why it's taking place. So this is from Dan Rawich. He's one of the people that you have access to in the commentary section. And I'm going to show you how to get this on a daily basis as well, but I just wanted to show you that it's important to subscribe to our Mortgage Coach Facebook page so that you can get these updates, keep up to date with important pieces of information, and if there's something that's going to be of value that you think that you'd like to share with your clients, your realtor partners, you can absolutely do that by hitting the share button. So let me go ahead, and this particular commentary was from Tuesday, and it's talking a little bit about what happened, because the big event, the real volatility, happened on Monday. The market's trying to digest with our new president coming in, what's going to be happening. So there's a lot of different pieces of information, a lot of moving variables, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share this. I'm going to go ahead and get this going. Let me maximize it. I'll start here from the beginning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Dan Rawich here. Happy Tuesday. Hope your week's off to a good start. Let's see. Okay. A very colorful chart I drew for you today. A couple things I want to highlight. One is I wanted to show you, this is the Brexit event here in, actually the two green lines. This was the start of Brexit, and this is really when we gave back the Brexit gains. And it took about 4 months to hold on to those, but we did let them go. Why? Because it was a temporary, emotional guess on the market's part, and the fact is it's going to take many, many months, if not years, to really see the effect of Brexit. So
I'm just going to pause there for a second and let you kind of digest that one piece of information and show you where the coupon was trading at this particular point. Now, this is the Fannie Mae 30-year 3% coupon, and you can take a look and see where it was trading during this particular window of opportunity. It was trading above 104 for a long period of time, and he's highlighting and emphasizing that particular event and how it affected the market. This is information that you want to be aware of as an originator, of course, but this is information that you can also share with both your realtor partners and your clients to create urgency, because the market, it's not static. They call it a market for a reason. It's not static, and what happens with a lot of people, I've been guilty of it myself as an originator. You become complacent. You can become complacent and expect rates are going to continue to be in a certain position for an extended period of time. And what you just experienced recently is not, it's demonstrating that is not the case. It's called a market for a reason. And it could shift on a dime and have a significant impact on your ability to do business. So what I wanted to point out again is that was a window of opportunity that occurred, the Brexit event. Now we're in a different situation. I'll let him go ahead and I mean, he's the expert. I'm just sharing with you some thoughts as to how an originator can use this information. So just recognize that there's certain windows of events that happen. They're not indefinite, and you have to seize those opportunities when you can.
What happens here with the Trump effect might take 4 months to get back. It could. I don't think it'll take that long. Why? Because the drop was so fast and so severe. I think it's going to come back much faster. And with some analysis that I don't have time to get into, or this video will take forever, I believe we're going to end up in a channel that looks something like this, and we'll capture the channel somewhere around here, 101.5 to 102. And I think we'll see good resistance at 102, unfortunately. And the top of the channel is going to be, you know, right around 102, 102 and a quarter, you know, somewhere in there. But that probably will be a downward channel. But the good news is you'll recover and you'll stay within this until the market has time to digest what Trump can and can't do. Another thing from a positive standpoint I wanted to show you is when the market fell last year and then made new highs, each time that happened, we had higher lows and higher highs in each move. And assuming, big assumption, that par is the floor here, and it certainly looks like it could be. Today is a nice recovery so far. We could still get an emotional sell-off later. We'll have a slightly higher low than we did last time, and it leads one to believe that we could have a higher high next time. So I am still somewhat bullish, although uncertain, because of, again, this whole Republican Congress, Republican House, and Republican Senate, and Republican President. What does that mean? We still have all kinds of scary things going on in the economy. None of that has changed. And so I think it's over time the market's going to forget about Trump being president, and the market will start behaving normally. There's even a chance the Fed doesn't raise with all this increase right now in the longer term rates and uncertainty about the new presidency. I don't think that'll happen, but there's some conversation about that. Okay, today, retail sales and Empire Manufacturing both just knocked it out of the park. A big surprise in both of those, and that really should have cratered the market, and it didn't. So that's a very good sign of strength. The other indices are not quite as important. Business inventories, so what? It's part of many other components. And then import-export prices, they're important, but we typically don't talk about them, and they were favorable. So there you go. It's kind of a long-winded analysis. And I'm sorry, I just realized I did not do a thought of the day. For those of you still with me at this point, just so you know, you guys know how much I love my dog Otis.
He gets into some personal commentary there about his dog, but I just want to share that you folks have access to this, and you can get this alert, this type of information on a daily basis. This is something that if you're not taking advantage of it as an originator, I'm kind of scratching my head and going, you know, why wouldn't you want to have this available to share with your realtor partners and your clients, and why would you not want to have some type of a plan that you can look towards rather than kind of being lost in what's happening with these swings in the market? So again, if you're not using our product, I sincerely hope that you have access to some other type of product that'll help give you some clarity as to what's going on with the market here. And I'm just going to pause here for a second because it looks like we have a couple questions here. Some of you made the comment that you do listen every day to Dan. That's great. Good job there, Craig. Okay, here's a question, and it's a very common question too from people that are trying to digest what's going on with this the RateWatch tool. You know, should I be looking at the Fannie Mae 30-year coupon? Should I be looking at 3%? What should I be looking at? You know, there's a lot of information there, but I'm keeping it, you can see right now, I'm not diving into the candlestick graphs. I'm not diving into a lot of the details. I'm just sharing information with you. So if you take a look at, there's a lot of detailed information. A lot of times, when you're working with your clients, just providing them some simple, basic answers without having to go into some huge, rabbit holes that you can go down about, trying to oversell yourself as an expert, which you really don't have to do. You've got access to experts, and they'll be happy to, you could forward this information on to them. So I would just keep it very top level, which is what I'm going to be doing with you today. I'm not going to pretend that I am by any means a mortgage-backed security analyst that can forecast and tell you exactly what's going to go on, but I do want to make sure that I'm doing my job and sharing with you how you have access to these tools and the important pieces of information that you could share and how you could share. So let's see here, a couple more comments coming in here. Some questions about how to adjust it from a daily to a monthly on the mobile. Perfect example there, Kevin said. Red is bad and green is good. Exactly. Real simple. So let's kind of go into, let me get out of this screen here. And oops. Let me get out of this screen. And again, that's located on our Facebook page. So let me make sure that you understand how you can access RateWatch and have it on your laptop, your desktop, and also how you can access it and have it on your mobile device. Because some of you, it was mentioned that your company doesn't allow you to download things like that and have it on your work computer, which is fine. We provide you a way to work around that. You can have it on your mobile device, your personal mobile device. So let's start off with that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Mortgage Coach website first off. And if you haven't already downloaded RateWatch to your desktop or your laptop, go to our website, mortgagecoach.com. In Member Services here, you can see the RateWatch login. Now, this is one way that maybe you don't have your personal computer with you, and you need to jump on there and just see what's going on with the market, with what's happening with RateWatch. You can go ahead and just log in, hit the RateWatch login, and your credentials, by the way, are exactly the same as what you use to access Mortgage Coach. So same credentials, same username, same password, and you could go ahead and do that. Now, once you get into this particular app, and I'll go ahead and I'll do it this way. So this is accessing it so that maybe you don't have your own computer with you. You need to take a look at what's going on in the market real quick. But once you get in there and you log in, whoops, I do a typo here. I'll fix that. Okay, so once you get in, over here on the right-hand side, you can easily see download over there on the right-hand side. So do you have RateWatch installed on your desktop? You can download it, and then once you download it, if you take a look down here in my toolbar, see the binoculars right there, all the way down here in the bottom, and you can see the binoculars are actually red. So currently, if I were to pull it up and look at the day watch, you'd actually see that we're down. The market is down from where the opening bell was. So this would be accessing it if you want to do it on a daily basis, but I would suggest, or if you don't have your own personal computer, I would suggest that you actually download it so that you can have it on your computer, and then you'll have this icon in your toolbar. So let me go ahead and get off of this one, and now I'm going to go ahead and pull up the actual app, and this is what it looks like on your desktop or laptop, and you can make all kinds of different adjustments on it. And I'll just touch on some of the adjustments that you're going to have the ability to do. So right now, this is the home screen, and you can see this is the Fannie Mae 30-year coupon. If you want to take a look at other ones, that's fine. You've got the Ginnie Mae, the U.S. Treasury, but the one that you're most likely going to want to keep is that Fannie Mae 30-year. That's the one that is the most common one that's used. Now, the 3%, you can see that I've got it there. You can actually change the coupon if you want. The one that's closest to par is the 3%. That's the one that you get all the updates and everything on. Now, you can go into the analysis area here and make additions, which is exactly what I did here. What I did is I put the support, which is represented by this green line, the resistance, which is represented by the red line, and then I put a 10-day moving average. You could change it to whatever metrics that you want to show and keep track on. So again, you don't have to dive into it too deeply. I would suggest play around with it. The one other thing that I would want to point out is right down here. This is representing a 1 month period of time. You can see we're here November 16th all the way back to about October 18th. Pretty significant change that has occurred, as Dan RateWatch was mentioning. I mean, it was a drop, and it was a very severe drop, and it happened very quickly. And again, you know, as an originator, that's what you want to share. I mean, you folks are living this this last week. In the back of your mind, you want to keep this date relevant so that you could show a client that's giving you the attitude that, you know, rates are going to remain the same for an extended period of time. Oh, we don't have to worry about it or not. You could show them by pulling out your mobile app, and I'm going to show you how to do that here in a second. Things don't stay constant. Things are changing. It's a market. It's called the market for a reason. It fluctuates. It goes up. It goes down. It changes on a daily basis. So they have to understand that so that you can create urgency with them, so that they don't get in a position like this and then all of a sudden have their rate fall off, and you know, there may or may not be any benefit for them to do a transaction at this point in time. If you were working with somebody on a refinance and it was maybe, say, a want rather than a need, you might not be able to complete that transaction for them because, you know, you weren't able to get them to lock the rate when they were good. Now they're a half a point higher, and it's a want. It's not a need. They don't need to refinance. If they could save a half a point and that equates to maybe a couple $100, sure, why wouldn't I want to do it? I would want to do it. But now that want is no longer in the picture because it's a half a point higher. So again, use this information that you have access to create urgency with your clients. Point out these big swing days and let them understand that it's not static. Rates are not constant over an indefinite period of time. And as I mentioned, the day watch. Okay, if we take a look at the day watch here, you can see where we're at. Each of these moments, you can see the peaks and valleys. This is moment by moment. So as a mortgage professional, you can demonstrate that, you know, this is lifetime. This is what's happening. The market's going up, it's going down. It's constant fluctuation. Let's see here. Kevin had a question. The resistance. Well, basically, that's where at this particular point in time, and like I said, Dan RateWatch is the expert, but this is basically the resistance where it's having a hard time. Every time it's approached this number, it's back down from it, and we haven't been able to overcome that particular level. So at this point in time, there's not enough significant positive information to overcome the resistance. And like I said, Dan RateWatch will give you much more detailed information about, you know, how to interpret these charts. So day watch again. Okay, now you could change the day that you want to go to, and I'm going to go ahead, bring back Monday, and if you take a look at it here, for me personally, this was a record. I have never seen a day where we've gotten 8 alerts. Each of these diamonds represents an alert that occurred, and you can see that there was some negative ones and some positive ones. Monday, when you walked into the office, I have to imagine was a very volatile day for you. You were probably on a, I mean, it was a roller coaster. Your lock desk was probably letting you know, oh, pricing is going to change in this direction. Pricing is going to change in that direction. So 8 alerts, anytime that there's a shift in the market of 15 basis points or more, that's where this diamond will occur. And on this particular day, there was 8. So that's what I mean. You could pinpoint these particular dates, save them in your mind, be able to pull them up and show them how volatile the market could potentially be. And then the commentary. It's important for you that you know where to access the experts. You have Dan RateWatch and you have Neil Trinery. So you have a, you whole week's worth of different commentary. The one that was just posted to our Facebook page was on the 15th. And let's see here. It was this one. So all you have to do is double click on it. Now when you open it up, he gives a quick summary in the written form here. So he kind of summarizes it and puts the details there. But for you to get the actual commentary that I would recommend, just take a couple moments out of your day, make it a routine. Some of you might be listening to, say, motivational things in the morning, whoever you listen to, get a motivational quote. You also might want to take a few moments and get a quick snapshot, listen to the expert, and hear what's happening in the market. So all you have to do is click on that, and this will bring you right to exactly what we just had.
Oh boy, tough day. Okay.
So this is actually today. This is a commentary for today, and he's sharing with you, what's happening. But you have access to all the previous commentaries as you go along here. So you can go back to that 15th if you want, which is here that we just watched earlier, and then this is today's commentary, or actually yesterday's commentary that's going on. So again, you don't have to be the expert. You have access to expert commentary that can help give you some guidance, give you some clarity as to what's happening, why things are happening where they are. And again, you could share that with your clients and your realtor partners. Don't forget about them. It's important for them to know what's going on as well. So that's walking you through the desktop version. Let's make sure you know how to have it on your mobile device as well. So in the handout section, if you take a look, there's two handouts for you. So in your GoToWebinar control panel, there's two handouts for you. One of the handouts is the Getting Started guide. That's an in-depth guide as to all the products that you have access to with your Mortgage Coach membership. The other one is the Getting Started RateWatch, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. So for those of you that have not downloaded RateWatch to your mobile device yet, this will help guide you to accomplish exactly that task here. So if you take a look, it'll walk you through. It'll talk a little bit about the benefits of having RateWatch on your mobile device. It's available both on your Android and Apple devices. It'll go ahead and show you how to download it with your Apple device and with your Android device as well. How to open it up. And again, it's the exact same credentials that you use to access Mortgage Coach on your laptop or your desktop. So it's real easy to do. So I would encourage you folks, download that handout. If you haven't already downloaded the app, download it, save it, and that way after today's session, you can go step by step, download it, get access to it, and be able to share this information with both your borrowers and your realtor partners. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and bring over my mobile device and show you what it looks like, the mobile version here. Okay. All right, so here is the mobile version of RateWatch, and again, I'll just back up one stage. The icon that you're going to be looking for once you've downloaded on your mobile device is right there, a pair of binoculars in a green square. Simply click on that. Once you enter your credentials one time, they'll be saved there for you, and my phone is an Android device. So for me to be able to share this information, all I have to do is click on the three dots up there. For you Apple users, there's actually a share, and you simply click on that. Now you could send this information off to your clients via email or via text. You can see simply right there, email or text. And that's exactly, I'm going to pause here at this moment. Quite a few of you have said that you've already downloaded the RateWatch application. I'm going to give you a little test right here. Let's see who is pretty savvy with their phones and can send me a screenshot of this, of today, You could either be today or the home screen. Let me go to today's activity. So this is RateWatch. This is the home screen. I'm going to go to the day watch. Here's what's happening. And what I want you to do, this is what's occurring right now. We're currently down 9 basis points. Today is the 17th. I want you folks to share a screenshot to me and from your mobile device, and I want you to text it to me. So let me go ahead and put up a number here that you could text it to, and I want to see who can get it to me the quickest. See who's really savvy, as they say they are. So if you take a look, this is the number right here. So what I want you to do is send me a screenshot. Repeat the steps. I'm going to go back, day watch, hit your share button on your Android, the 3 dots, or your Apple device, hit share, and then text it to me. And the number that I want you to text it to, again, I'll put it back up, is right there. I'm going to pause here, take a sip of water, put you folks to work, and let's see how many texts I can get, how many people can share. And by the way, you can put a little message in there as well. Hey, we need to lock your rate, or let's float and let this bottom out and bounce back up. There was an overreaction. We're going to let your rate float. Whatever you want to put in as a message. I'm going to take a pause here. I'm going to see how many people can perform that task. All right. So I'll give you folks a few more moments. Again, you want to text that screenshot. I'll repeat the process. Go to the day. This is an Android device. Click on that, messages, and then you can go ahead. I'm going to go new contact, number. And then you can even put a little message in there. Hey, we need to lock your rate now because of, or let's let your rate float, and let's see who can get it to me. So while you folks are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and share with you some of the other features on my mobile device here. So again, this is the day watch, and you could change it to any particular day. Remember that Monday that I was talking about? Well, maybe you want to take this out on your mobile device and show it to a realtor partner or a client. You can go to the day, choose any particular day that you want. There was Monday, and you can see all the different alerts that occurred on that particular day. So you can make any type of adjustments that you need on your mobile device. Let me go ahead and go back. Now the alerts. Okay, anytime that there is an alert occurs when there's been a shift in the market of 15 basis points or more. You will get that notification sent to you via text or via email. So keep that in mind, the alerts will come. And then more importantly, I mean, it's important to know what's going on with the market, but anytime anybody views one of your mortgage coach presentations, anytime that you get somebody taking a look at one of the presentations that you sent off, well, guess what? You'll get that alert as well. And I should have, my bad, I should have put a couple of alerts in there so that you'd actually see those. So that's a very powerful tool, because if you can imagine, if you're out and about, maybe it's 7, 8 o'clock at night, and you get that alert sent to your phone. It's showing you. It's going to show you the presentation that was built or viewed and how long that it was viewed. And you can reach out to that client and answer any questions that they have. They're not going to know that you got that alert, by the way. Now the commentary section, like I was talking about with Dan Rawish and Neil Trinery, you have the ability to go ahead and access the commentary here from your mobile device as well. And then lenders, you can see what's going on with the majority of lenders that are participating in the survey that we put out with what's going on with pricing. And today, I mean, there's been a little bit of a rebound. Looks like we're kind of split down the middle, kind of mixed. So however you're positioned, you can go ahead and share this information with your clients and realtor partners. And then the settings area. This is where you want to make sure that you do set yourself up to receive those alerts via email and text. And I would make the suggestion that set yourself up to receive as many emails and text as you can possibly get. And then if you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, then dial those back and eliminate the ones that you're maybe getting a little bit too much information. But it's better to get too much in the beginning and pick and choose which ones that you want, and then eliminate the, if you're getting overwhelmed with too much information. So let me go ahead and go back. I'll move my mobile phone over. I'm just going to see who participated in this exercise, who was able to get me some. And you folks did a great job. Good job. I got 17 new texts. Quite a few of you participated. This is awesome. And let me just show you what some of them look like. I'll go ahead and Lisa here. So I could hit the download, Lisa with Eagle, and then it'll pop up and it'll show. So this is what your the experience would be for your borrower. They could take a look and they'll be able to see that. Fortunately, it looks like it's taking a little bit of time to download on my mobile device. I think my Wi-Fi connection's a little bit slow. Let me go to another one here while that's stewing. Let me go to this last one. It's asking me to download all of them, looks like. What I'm used to seeing is it would just pop up and it would be a screenshot. I'm going to make sure that we get one of those and let it stew. Maybe go back to Lisa's there. I think it has to do with my connection, more so than anything. But there's quite a few presentations that text. Let me see if I can find the first one here. Who was the quickest? It looks like the quickest was the 410, and it ends in 555. So this was the person that got to me quickest. And I have to apologize. For some reason, it's asking me to download this. I do want to show you here one before we wrap up the training session. And we'll go ahead and do that. So right now, oh, good job, Josh. Josh with Prime got it. It was the 555. Excellent. Good job. Let me move my mobile device over, and I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to ask any questions. There's a couple questions that I didn't get to, so let me go ahead. Let me make sure that I get those questions answered here for you. And again, now's the time to go ahead and to ask any questions, whether it's about RateWatch, whether it's about Mortgage Coach. We have a little bit more time left. And again, I mean, this hour is your hour. Okay, so Kevin's question, where did you go to get the recording? So the recording. So if you have the desktop version up, you go ahead and pull that up. So it's in the commentary section. And you see I just got an alert too here that one of my presentations was viewed, and this is coming through the RateWatch application. So I'll also have one on my mobile device here too, depending upon what account that is. So that's what I mean. Anytime any one of your presentations are viewed, guess what? You're going to get that alert sent to you. So here's the home screen. Kevin, what you would do is you'd go to the commentary section, and then you go ahead and access, any of the days that you want. Let me go ahead and go back to the 15th. Now, when I do that, you get the written commentary, but you can also click on and get the verbal presentation. And you can go back to any of the days that you want to reference here as well. So, great question. All right, Lewis's question. Okay, you were trying to text it to me. Thanks for doing that. So when you're going to share on an Android device, when you want to share a screenshot, go ahead and go back, RateWatch. If I wanted to share something with a client or a realtor partner, home, what you're going to do is you're going to click on the three dots there, and then by texting it in the messages, I could go ahead and send it off that way, or send it via email. And what you're going to want to do is think about how the message is going to be best delivered to your client. And what I mean by that is you've got to know your audience. Are they somebody that's going to respond to an email or a text? And you might ask yourself, you probably get hundreds of emails throughout the day. How much attention do you really pay to the emails versus how much do you pay to text? Are you somebody that's going to respond quickly to a text or to an email? So the suggestion there is know your audience and how you're going to be able to deliver your message best to them, whether it's a text or an email. See, Todd's question, how do we use the Edge presentations? Okay, you must be somebody that's getting started with Mortgage Coach here. So that's a whole another road. And once you start using Mortgage Coach, there you go. This is where you log into Mortgage Coach. You can actually be building presentations for your borrowers there so that they can take a look and see and get more information about the options that you're going to be able to provide for financing for them. And let's see here. Okay, so Lewis, hopefully it seems like there might be a little bit of confusion, so hopefully you're able to get that off. If not, you might be clear on how to send that. If not, what I would do, okay, perfect, good. Thanks for the feedback, Lewis, you got it, okay. And let's see here, Kevin, mine doesn't play for some reason. You might have some type of issue with the computer there. It looks like somebody's responding to it. I actually have some support on the call here as well. I have Lori Lytle on the call, and she's answering some of these questions as well as I'm verbally going through them. So again, we have a little bit more time left here. If you have any questions, I hope that this is a helpful presentation for you, because as an originator, anybody that's been originating loans for even as little as 6 months, when somebody finds out that you are a mortgage professional, what's the next question that they're going to have out of their mouth? Anybody that's been originating for as little as 6 months has experienced this time and time again. You tell somebody that you're a mortgage professional, what's the next question out of their mouth? What are rates doing? What are rates doing? You're going to get that time and time again. They find out you're a mortgage professional, what are rates doing? Well, now you have a way of answering that question, pulling out your phone, your mobile device, you've got the RateWatch application downloaded, and you could go ahead and share with them what's happening with the mortgage-backed security market and how that has an impact on how rates are affected. A lot of consumers out there think that, it's some other variable. No other variables. It's the mortgage-backed security market that controls interest rates. So now you have the ability to share that information with them. Now I'm going to take that a step further, okay? If somebody asks you, what are rates doing? In the back of your mind as an originator, you're going to probably have questions for them. Why are they asking that question? That should be in the back of your mind. Why are they asking that? It's going to be one of two things. They're trying to make polite conversation with you, and if that's the case, that's a good lead for some point in the future. I would go ahead and I would take out and I'd make sure that I got their contact information, a phone number, shoot a text off to them with this screenshot and also my contact information. So that's a good lead for me at some point in the future, because I've just demonstrated to them that I, as a mortgage professional, I have my finger on the pulse of what's going on. I'm a reliable source of where they can get that information. The other choice would be perhaps they're in the middle of a transaction right now and their originator isn't providing with that information. Every time they ask what's going on with rates, they get a standard answer from their originator. They're not getting this these details. If that's the case, that's a potential person that you might be able to do business with. Again, I would send them that, and then once you get their phone number by texting that screenshot off to them, now you have the ability to go ahead and send them an additional piece of information that's very important. You could send them a total cost analysis using the Mortgage Coach. And you could wow them not only with your ability to demonstrate that you're tracking the market, but also a general presentation which may apply to them with a video message telling them to contact you so that you can build a total cost analysis presentation that's specific to what type of transaction they're doing and walk them through that. I mean, that's an opportunity for you to wow your clients and gain that business. Again, when you encounter somebody and they ask you, what are rates doing once they find out you're a mortgage professional? It's going to be one of two cases. It's going to be a lead for you at some point in the future, or it's going to be potentially somebody that's in the middle of a transaction and maybe they're not getting that level of service from the originator that they're working with. Either way, it's an opportunity for you to generate business as a mortgage professional. Okay. A couple more questions coming in. I see that my support help is answering these questions. Nothing specific about RateWatch, so I guess you got enough content from it and are comfortable with it. If that's not the case, I mean, now's the time to go ahead and ask me questions. We're almost at the top of the hour. For those of you that need to go, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and just remind you, Thursdays are a Q&A session. So if you're encountering some situations that you need help with Mortgage Coach, RateWatch, whatever the case is, please bring those to the Thursday Q&A, and we'll be happy to address those. Today was a lot of information about RateWatch, and I do hope to see you folks in future training sessions. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll be happy to hang out here for a few more moments in case anybody does come up with a question. But thanks again, folks. I wish you great success in using Mortgage Coach with the tools that you have access to. Get out there and crush your competition. Have a great day. Very welcome there, Lisa. Mari, good to see you again.